What else do you notice about this queen?
I would love to tell you what I notice about this queen. And a lot of this is my own personal take on the card, but it's my favorite topic. So one thing that always sticks out to me about this queen is if you notice these mountain ridges behind her, everyone is always trying to reach the mountaintop, right? Like, it's so symbolic of the accomplishments that we're trying to reach in life. But so rarely do we think about what happens when we reach that goal, or when we reach the top of the mountain. What happens on the other side? And so I like to think that where she's positioned is on the other side of the mountain, because it's one thing to catch a blessing, it's one thing to reach a goal, but it's another thing to maintain it. And so I always think that her on the other side of this mountain is having mastered the art of maintaining growth, of maintaining accomplishment. Something else that I notice is her crown. All of the kings and queens usually have a crown, but they're not so elaborate. And the Queen of Pentacles has this big veil that is cascading from her crown, which for me always signifies that she's very intentional and protective of her energy. She is in a very delicate ecosystem right here, and she knows that if she's not intentional with her energy, it can throw off the balance of what otherwise could be a very fragile environment. She has a lot going on. She cannot afford to be thrown off. I also like that despite how busy this card is, she is very fixated on her pentacle, which for me always indicates that despite what's going on around her, despite how busy she is, that she always knows instinctively what the most important thing to be focused on is, and she gives it her undivided attention. She's not a half-asser. And much like the Empress, she is so viscerally connected to the energy of her environment that she just instinctually knows what needs tending to or what needs water. She's so connected with it in her physical vessel that she doesn't need to overthink it. And another fun thing I notice about her is the position of her feet. If you notice, one of the feet are positioned more towards the inside of the card, towards the reader per se, but the other is shifted a little bit closer to the mountain, which always gives me the impression that the Queen of Pentacles has a lot of wisdom, that she knows the time, the effort, the focus that it takes to get something and maintain it, but she also recognizes how quickly it can be lost. And so she never forgets how difficult it was for her to get over that mountain to begin with. So she takes a lot more care than other cards to keep everything in harmony and balance, including herself.